Hi everyone. I came back because I was listening to the recording of the live I just did. It was the first live I ever did, and the audio was like, because my headphones were still connected to my phone and the microphones don't work very well. Um, so I was talking a lot, and I don't think you guys could hear anything I said, but I appreciate that, folks were hanging out anyways. But I decided to come back on for a little bit because of that. So hopefully, I don't think I said anything too important. I was talking about, like art and humanity, being a human being, and I don't know, I shared a lot, but I'm a teacher, so I probably anything important that I had to say, I'm sure, will come back. And if it doesn't, oh well. Um, I just kind of added some water to these blues. Something that's kind of crazy about watercolor is like, not only have I been working on this painting for 2 years since 2022, but also this palette has been intact since 2022. So, you can literally you can leave it for years and years and years, blow some of the dust off, and just kind of pick back up where you left it off. It's a crazy medium. I really fell in love with it when I was introduced to it when I was an undergrad, and I had been more into like acrylic and oil painting until then, but once I got into watercolor, it was just kind of overall, though I still love oil, but it's very difficult to work with in a lot of ways. So yeah, I love watercolor, and that's really kind of taken over for me. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I think that I do want to go into these. So we have a Giselle with some little ponds in the background. I'm not sure, what these bodies of water would be called in the landscape. I don't know a whole lot about Giselles. I know they live in the Middle East and Africa, right? And they're very beautiful, and they have a lot of sacred mythology around them, but I'm not sure what, I guess a watering hole would be, what a body of water like this would be called. But I just really liked the idea when I was starting to work on this painting of the Giselle being near water, because I think of it as being a sacred and protective animal, and so it made sense to me that it would be near a body of water in this kind of, desert landscape. If I were a Giselle, I would want to be near a watering hole. I'm going to go in with a little more of the dry brush technique so that I can get a little more texture in here. And now I'm going to go in with some more water to try to smooth this out. One of the things I was saying on the last live that you couldn't hear me properly, I was saying that that watercolor is such a meditation on the water element, and that I combine a lot of wet and dry brush techniques, that I use them kind of at the same time, but that when you're learning, you usually master one technique, and you really, really focus on it, and then you do another piece that's entirely dry brush and another piece that's entirely wet on wet, and that can be a great way to learn. But you should hear when you're doing that kind of training that that's not how it's supposed to always be. You're not supposed to always just be doing one or the other. I was also saying that I'm just getting used to lives, and I don't have a setup right now to be able to check your comments and respond to them while I'm working, but I'll work on getting better at that as I do more of these. And I was also talking, what are some other things that are worth repeating from the last live that didn't get recorded on the audio? I was talking about humanity and art and how important it is to just be a human being. And I was talking about found art, where you found object art, where you find things that other people might consider trash or valueless, things that might be thrown away. Or I was talking about dried flowers that you might find in the desert, or that might seem like nothing to someone else, but you look at it from the right angle, you put it together in the right way, and you have a sculpture. And I've done a lot of work like that I photographed, kind of like sand art. You might photograph what you made, but the beauty of creating it is that it's going to dissolve back into nature, and it doesn't really matter if anyone else sees it. What really matters is that you just had a moment of being a human and creating something beautiful and appreciating something beautiful. And I was talking about how important our humanity is during challenging times. Okay, guys, I think that my baby needs a bottle, so I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for checking in.